You're listening to the Manifesting Miracles podcast. By tuning in today, you're dialing into your frequency of abundance. I'm Michelle J. Lamont, your manifestation master and guide. Ever since 2016, I've been obsessively dedicating my life to uncovering, dissecting, and analyzing every aspect of the practices and modalities in which we call manifestation. You see, you are truly more powerful than you can even imagine and fully capable of manifesting miracles on the daily. I'm going to teach you how to attract a life beyond your wildest dreams using your own divine power. So let's get started manifesting your miracles right now. So I ran an ask. And within 48 hours, a door opened I'd chased for a solid year. I'd sent my media deck to an event I adore. I would have spoken for free because I love it that much. But the angels know my worth. I asked for aligned paid speaking. My asking was 5. They came back with 10. They didn't know what my base was. Coincidence? Maybe. But I ran the same method 3 more times and watched 3 more doors just literally swing open. So today I'm going to give you the exact way to ask, how to notice real signals in 24 hours, and how to act without gaslighting your common sense. Okay? So welcome. If this is your first time listening or you have been a true blue fan since October, my birthday, 25th, 2020, welcome to Manifesting Miracles. I'm Michelle Juanita Lamont, your host and speaker, coach, and mentor. So listen, skeptic, mystic, and researcher. That's what should be on a tomb if I were going to be in the ground. If you're spiritual but not religious, creative, male, female, queer, witchy, and allergic to BS, then you have found your new favorite podcast. Here we blend devotion with data, clear asks, calm bodies, and tiny, brave actions. You got this. And baby, I got you. So let's talk about boundaries. You see, we only invite contact that's benevolent, aligned, and for the highest good. If anything ever feels off when you're doing this, just stop. If you're outside at night, be safe, bring a buddy, respect neighbors. But skeptic brains are welcome. We test and we track here. So let's talk about angel terms. When I say angels, I mean benevolent intelligence in service to love, guides, light-aligned ancestors, source in a helper form. When I say aliens or star family, I mean benevolent, non-human intelligence, cosmic neighbors, higher dimension allies. Different methodologies, 100%, similar mechanics. So we're going to talk about intention, attention, interaction, and integration. My mind's all over the place when I talk about my angels. Y'all. All right, so let's talk about a one session, how we could do it in a session, how we could talk to our angels this way. So step 1, all right, we're going to do what I call the angel ask. And let me tell you something. I'm going to put all of this protocol into a one sheet for SSOM. So if you want this protocol and you're not going to want to write all this down, just click on my show notes to SSOM, and I'm going to make a 1-page sheet so you can do this yourself at home. Don't forget, if you're not in my community, the first month is always free. All right. So I want you to read this aloud. So if you're an SSOM member, go ahead and grab it so we can do it together. All right, good. Source, God, source of all things, angels, guides, and benevolent ancestors who walk in light. I invite aligned contract now or within the next 24 hours. Please respond in a way that is unmistakable, benevolent, and for the highest good. My request is, now, this is where you would state it clearly. I need 3 opportunities: a healing, clarity, protection. Okay? Say whatever it is you ask. Remember, it is a limitless universe. Now you're going to say, and if you're reading along, you know where I got off script and where I got back on. Leave me a sign that is clear, relevant, and timely. One that I can easily document. Only being in service to love, truth, and my soul's path are welcome. All others not welcome. Thank you. And so it is. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Now what do we do next? Let's talk to if you're going to talk to your benevolent star family. All right. You ready? If you're following along, this is script B in the workbook. And you can print these out and keep it along. You can read it to yourself anytime you need to or whatever you need to do. Benevolent star family and non-human intelligence aligned with love. I invite peaceful, consensual contact now or within the next 24 hours. Communicate in ways I can record patterns, dreams, synchronicities, introductions, repeating numbers, or inspired solutions. My request is, and then state your request, only those in service to the highest good are welcome. All others not welcome. Thank you. End. Boom. Then seal the ask. All right. Palm to chest for 10 seconds. I will notice, document, and act on what is given. Boom. Now, once you've decided if it's allies in beyond our planet, as in star family allies, or if it's angels, archangels, or angels of good. There's a lot of different types of angels. I used to teach angel classes. I love Belinda Womack, and I love, if you've never read anything by Belinda Womack and you're into angels, boy, oh boy, you're going to be blown away. If you're into the starseed energy and to our benevolent, non-human, intelligent partners, you're going to love Dr. Stephen Greer. If you've never followed Dr. Stephen Greer or know anything about him, those are 2 experts that I highly suggest you go down the rabbit hole with. Now, the second part, okay? You're going to call in this new cue for 40 seconds. So press your feet to the floor for 10 seconds, okay? Just imagine yourself pushing through the cement, the dirt, the energy, just Marvel comic yourself right into it. Push, okay? And if you're following along with the script, because you're in the Secret Society of Manifestors, you're going to read to this point. Press your feet into the floor for 10 seconds. Soften your gaze. Widen your peripheral vision. Hum a low for 1 exhale. Okay? Why? Your nervous system is your first antenna. Tune it before you do any of these steps. Tune it before you do anything. Now, step 3. Notice without forcing. Your 24-hour window starts now. What counts as a signal? Whenever I teach these classes, I get this question all the time. So let's get into it. Field. The quantum field of energy. It's pretty much your vision, your view. So repeat appearances of a word, a name, a symbol, an unexpected introduction to somebody, precise timing luck, schedules, discounts, openings that touch your ask. Okay? Inner, specific dreams, song lyrics, phrases that reoccur unexpectedly over and over and over. And point in the direction of an action, repeating numbers with context. 444 on the exact email that you needed. I can't tell you how many times these synchronicities come in after you do these protocols. So how to separate a signal from noise? Let's use the 3 R's. Repeatable, relevant, and right-timed. That's how you separate signal from noise, all right? Score it. 1 through 5 is a green light. 4 to 5 is hold. 2 to 3, let it pass. 1 isn't even on the radar. So let's go to step 4, one brave action. Let's pick one small concrete step the signal suggests. Send the email. Quote the rate. Accept or decline. Book the call. Set the boundary. If no signal passes the 3 R's, do nothing. Re-ask later, and then the source will respect that we weren't connected and your boundaries at the same time. We don't want to force anything, and we can do this again and again. Sometimes we're just not in the right space to see the signals and to understand the synchronicities. And so although they've been showing up, you're not ready and you're just too much in that negative force field to activate this. So just calm down, give it a day or two, and let's do it again. It's in SSOM. You can go grab this anytime you want, my love. So let me give you some real life examples of how this has worked for me. I asked for the aligned paid speaking gig. And then 2 unrelated people at the same event, within that event, knew who I was, saw my petition from over a year ago, and made it. Okay? So I sent the pitch with my real rate. They doubled it. The reply lands, and then I know. It's something that I can repeat. It's something that it's relevant, and it's something that's the right time. That's a green light, okay? Let me give you an example that you could now think of. You ask for release, okay? You say, please release me from... So I used to ask to be released from my father and my husband. I felt like, I've totally forgiven both of them, obviously. But with my father, it was very hard for me to understand why when your wife dies, you want to raise your sons, but you want to give your daughter away to an orphanage where you know that she is being sexually assaulted and you don't care. In fact, as an adult, you find out that the medical reports had been sent to your father and he didn't care. And the orphanage, they didn't do anything. They don't care. So it was hard, right? But I did. And the way I did it was this way. I asked the angels and my allies, my benevolent star family, to release me from the attachment of the pain. I wanted to be able to forgive, but every time I tried to, I could feel the anger and the daggers coming back into my heart. All of those swords just piercing and bleeding all over me. And then it was gone. And then it was peace. That's why I want you to do it. That's why I know it works. So let's say that you asked for some sort of release. Release me from the attachment of hating that person. Release me from the attachment of the suffering of losing that person. Release me from the attachment from my dog that just died. Whatever it is, release, ask. So you ask for the release, and then you have this dream. You dream a goodbye. Then the same lyric about letting go hits twice in random places. You block the number and your body gets quiet. That's the alignment you can feel, right? You know it's happening. You can almost, you can't describe it, but there it is. And then let's say money. Everybody's always asking for money instead of energy, which is totally the wrong way to do it, but let's just get into it. Money and integrity. You ask for fair pay. A past client resurfaces. You calmly quote the new rate. They say, yes! They're coming back to you for a reason, honey. They're coming back for a reason. And now you're going to give them the season of the new money. All right. So what is that? Clarity, action, result. Truth check. If you catch yourself hunting for signs, like, was that a sign? Was that a sign? Was that a sign? Oh my God, was that a sign? Was that a sign? Those aren't signs. That's anxiety. I want you to pause. Because when you're hunting, your anxiety is just through the roof. That's not guidance. That's not clarity. That's not energy from a higher realm. So I want you to tune into your body. Don't chase the sky. It's going to come right to you. In fact, it's already all around you. And it's just waiting for this opportunity to become a co-partner in your life. I remember reading this book. It wasn't Belinda Womack's, but it was another book. And the lady described our angels as being bored with us. And that one really got me. And I have several podcasts on angels. So if you love this topic, go back through my catalog and look for the word or type into it angels, and you'll find like 6 or 7 of these where I can show you a much deeper way of doing this. But when you do this, you really are opening just this unbelievable frequency in your life. And you might think like, oh, it's selfish. This book said the angels are bored. She goes, imagine being your angel and you go to work, watch Netflix, go to sleep, drink a couple of beers, bitch about your life, go to sleep, get fatter, get older, get unhealthy, bitch about your life, die. And then imagine like you're Taylor Swift's angel. And every time you send that girl a phrase, she turns it into a fucking song that makes her another $1 million. And all the angels are sitting around and they're looking like, who do you got? Julie Smith, who do you got? Carolyn Jones, who do you got? Taylor Swift. Taylor Allison Swift. I'm sorry, what did you say? Taylor Allison Swift. I'm sorry, what? Yeah. She wasn't even going to even be a writer. I just kept pushing her and she did it. And so now, imagine all of the things that you're not doing. All of the things that you're not creating. Instead, you're just consuming and consuming and consuming. And you didn't come here to do that. You came here to be a creator. You came here to manifest this idyllic, incredible, trauma-filled, rage-filled, beautiful fucking experience. And it's about time that you act like it. All right? If it's benevolent, it will repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. If it's relevant and it arrives on time, then it's guidance. Guidance is collaborative, not coherence. And not coercive. So I want you to run this method today and watch what happens in 24 hours. It's going to literally blow your mind. And I went ahead and created that 1-page content and clarity tracker so you can keep track of this and start really making it concrete. And once you really start talking with this higher angels, and Dr. Stephen Greer has a protocol on his app that is amazing. If you read or watched my YouTube on the videos of the aliens over my house, when I lived in St. Pete, you can go watch it now. You can see the proof. I did that using Dr. Stephen Greer's app out on the water. But no matter what you do, I want you to track it. That's why I made that worksheet. So you can go find it inside the member space. Join from the show notes or my website, Michelle J. Lamont. And remember, the first month of my community is always free. So you can follow me on Apple and Spotify and on YouTube so you don't miss the next episode. I want you to act like a scientist. I want you to think like a mystic. But I want you to execute like a pro. Repeatable, relevant, and right-timed. That's how you separate signal from noise. Your nervous system is your first antenna. Tune it before you transmit. And before we close out, if this is your first time listening, we always close with the same call to action because everything is always working out. And in 3, 2, 1, you got it. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Us again. Everything is always working out for us. Everything is always working out for us. Everything is always working out for us. Everything. I love you. I love you. I love you. Let's make miracles ordinary. Go in and join SSOM right now. Grab your content and clarity tracker and join my community of manifestors where you will be supported. You will see your life being repeated. You will become relevant. These signs will be relevant and right timed. I love you. I love you. I love you. Producers, cue that motherfucking music.